Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring classical China era's core concepts. And we've been talking about the language itself in that One Word a Day language channel. And I feel pretty special through this time because classical China is a time when China got unified, including language. So, um, if we're talking about thought policing, it started back then because we're all operating on the languages that got standardized. So, in a sense, we are kind of touching a lot lately about how language, uh, just on the surface, okay, the beginning, the scratch of the surface of how language works and how Chinese conceptualize what is speaking, what is words, what is language, what is wait, what did we talk about yesterday? We talk about I mean, it doesn't matter what to talk about yesterday. Today, we're going to talk about another that's a language or speech on the side icon, and that's what we call it plan. Mo is today's character. Oh yeah, yesterday we're talking about history, record keeping. So it's using language, but buying it together with this concept of self, which looks like a rope sign that I forgot to explain yesterday. That is a filtered personal way of recording history. It's not the ultimate truth, right? It's one way of recording truth. Um, versus today, it's not about recording, it's about a future forwarding. It's not what happened in the past and how we talk about it. It's about we're talking about what we're going to do in the future. It's a planning. So both functions involves use of language. So the language on the side, and you can see simplified, simply got it 3 strokes. It doesn't really show much about what language is about, versus the script language give you the full picture of a mouse symbol, a tongue pointing downward inside the mouse, that's the tongue, and the 2 horizontal lines, heaven and earth, or 2 sound bites traveling through time in a diminishing energy way. And that's our language, the production and the product of speech. Now, the right side is the wood or the tree symbol. Took me a while to visualize tree in such a way because as a child, we often see a tree as above the ground, this canopy with a trunk thing. That's our tree. But somehow Chinese have the deeper side because they go underground. They show you not only the canopy of the tree, but the root of the tree. And in fact, if you look at it, it's not a mirror image, it's not symmetrical. The underground part, the root, is bigger than the canopy. So if you see, I don't know, sequoia, right? Biggest, the tallest standing tree on planet Earth, its roots probably even go deeper. So Chinese view trees holistically, not just the visible part, is a lot more ongoing below what we can see. So Chinese have this canopy root connected by the trunk of a tree as an abstraction of a tree is. Now the top is another mouse symbol, isn't it? It looks like a mouse symbol with 1 horizontal line. That could be a morphology, like the original icon got morphed into what we're familiar with, which is the mouse symbol, with something sweet held in the mouth for a long time. And that's a kind of a sweetness symbol. Okay, that is connecting right now. I just realized it's not a mistake. It's not a morphology. Actually, that is to show you on the canopy of the tree something sweet over there. And Chinese define the sweetness with the something held in mouth for a long time. And now it shows you where it came from. It's on the canopy of a tree. So what is on the canopy of a tree? Exactly. Fruit. All right. So we're talking about a fruit over there, visually sweet, top of the tree. plus the speaking. Why it become planning? Well, I have to go back to our civilization started as a hunter-gatherer society, right? And the gatherer, well, I guess for hunters to effectively hunting down their prey, besides they have to be long distance runners and coordinate and set a trap and exhaust the beast so they can finally kill, get the protein back home. For the gatherers, identifying the right fruit tree and plan for it. It's probably a big part of survival story of human tribes as well, right? So I'm not surprised that plan involves a fruit tree with language. So talking about fruit tree is our planning. That's the ancient, I guess, food industry or logistics industry. And that's our, the starting of how we sustain over time. And if humans develop our capacity of planning, of thinking ahead of time, I guess from the hunter-gatherer society, that already we need to apply that function. That's how we develop this function, right? Planning. Okay, totally sold. 计谋, we have 计 and 谋 both share the speaking sign on the left side, right? The difference is 谋 is a fruit tree on the side, right? That's what we plan for. But 计 is count. We have the number 10, which is the biggest number that we can use with 10 digits. That's 10 right there. And we show the number 10, like all the numbers out there that's, on our body that you can use right now. That's our counting. So this is a quantify of things versus a plan, a fruit tree, the goal setting, but also it's a qualified thing. It's not talking about 10 fruit trees. It's not a numeric. It's categorical. We're talking about a fruit tree. We want to have our, nutrition, our fibers, our sugar, sweetness from the fruit. So that's qualitative plus quantitative. That's the two major ways humans process information. And that's captured by 计 plus 谋 in there. And a 计谋 in contemporary Chinese usage, it's simply to plan something strategically. And when we plan something strategically, we have to involve both quantitative and qualitative thinking together. 阴谋, okay, so if plan is there, what is the shady plan in there? When we express shady, something involves with cloud and all that, okay? So it's not fully innocent, it's half hidden. So it's kind of a shady. What is a shady plan? 阴谋, I guess is similar to English plotting. So you're plotting on something. It is a hidden plan. It may not be, it lost its effectiveness if it's known by your competitors or enemies. So 阴谋 is some deploy or maneuver that is hidden from what you intend to maneuver on. So that's our shady plan, 阴谋. And eventually in Chinese, contemporary Chinese also have 阳谋, like we speak out our intention. And it sounds so bad. You cannot hardly believe that's what you intend to do, but it actually is your plan. You just lay it out. You're not just maneuvering on it, but you're taking actions and you announce your action so bad ahead of time. That's 阳谋. Okay. 图谋, 图 means graph, means drawing out, like a visualization. So when we plan things, not only we verbally talk about what we plan to do 1, 2, 3 in a sequential way, but we also visually to show plot like this leads to that kind of procedure thing in a graph. So 图谋, Chinese put together of this visualization, this plotting, plus the planning together. means you kind of strategize on something. That's 图谋. So here you go, showing, I believe it's a Japanese museum that shows different processes and this, arrow pointing in all directions. And that's how, I guess, to represent how intricate or complicated or multi-directional or interlocked that our thinking can get. It gets as complicated as this big map shows. And that's a good visual way to show like a plan from just pointing toward the fruit tree. We're talking about that to get a fruit tree as our beginning of planning a simple food on the table, survival instinct to all today's complicated planning of things. So there you go. Mo, thank you for your time. See you another day.